was just kind of going around, looking around on Facebook Marketplace last night, and this is a very interesting camera. Pentax K1000 SE. This is Kodak Elitechrome. This stuff, the Elitechrome, this is expired by like 23 years. So trying to get something out of this is going to be questionable. I'm going to go walk around, take a few shots, and see what happens. I don't know if any of this is going to work. It'll be a real shame if none of these turn out, to be honest. Okay guys, well, I just wanted to show those pictures that I got from that video from late last month. I wanted to talk a little bit about the K1000. I didn't talk about it specifically, but for those who don't know, K1000 is a fully mechanical SLR. It does have a light meter, so it does take a battery down there. The only thing the battery is used for is to power the light meter, and the light meter is super simple, easy to understand. It's just a little needle. If it's too high, you're overexposed. If it's too low, you're underexposed. This particular one, assembled in China, and is the SE model, so it's like a special edition, but you know, because this is a fully manual mechanical camera, this is really popular for students, for teaching photography, because you learn the basic principles: aperture, shutter speed, ISO. That's your exposure triangle. That's all you really need to know. You know, compared to my other Pentax SLRs, like, it looks fairly similar. There's a definite similar design going on here, but this one's just a little taller, a little bulkier. I think I mentioned all this in the previous video. This camera probably assembled sometime around 1990, so that means it is as old as I am, 35 years old. The design is from 1976, so even older than that. I really like the design of this camera. It's a little chunkier than the SE or the ME Super or the Super Program, but it's nice to hold. Flash sync is 1/60th of a second. It's a horizontal. It is a cloth shutter as opposed to the metal shutters on later models. So don't touch it. But okay, that's basically all about the camera. This is one of the most popular learning cameras there ever was and ever will be, probably, because they were relatively cheap but well built, and just mechanical. It is what you get. Another camera that I haven't talked about, Nikon FM10. That's another fully manual camera. It's just the 3 controls: shutter, ISO, and aperture. But I haven't talked about the camera because I kind of hate it. So maybe we'll get to that. But as I mentioned, picked up this camera off Facebook Marketplace. Picked up the film Elitechrome I kept this box because it is an original box. It does say Kodak, Eastman Kodak, Rochester, New York on there. So very, very cool. And it even has like a handy little guide. I know a lot of film boxes have this, but I like this where it teaches you basically the Sunny 16 rule in there and things like that. But you know, this film, this is not the same film, but this is film that I got on that same in that same batch. It's slide film. It's color positive film. So if you don't understand what that means, or you don't know anything about film, most film, it takes a negative. The light forms a negative on the film structure, as in all the colors are in reverse, or if it's black and white, the light is in reverse. So if you're looking at the film, hold on, if you're looking at the film, the light parts are dark and the dark parts are light. I like this picture down here of my buddy, not that one, that's my grandma. This one right here of my buddy Lance. It's a good example. So actually it would be that way around. So color positive is different in that when you take the picture, the chemical reaction on the actual film shows the actual colors as you see. Now, not exactly, it's not a perfect representation, because it's all to do with the chemistry that's actually on the film strip itself. So how those chemicals react with light is going to be different, and expired film is even going to be more different. Expired color positive film. So general rule of thumb, this is kind of typical film photography knowledge thing. For every decade that the film is expired, for negative film, for every decade that the film is expired, you want to overexpose. And if you watch the previous video, I said that, but you want to overexpose one stop for every decade expired. But for color positive film, that's not necessarily the case, because what a lot of people say is that it doesn't actually lose its sensitivity in the same way that color negative film does. So it's kind of just a crapshoot. So I had no way of knowing really if anything was going to come out. I've seen a lot of things that like I've seen a lot of videos that expired Elitechrome or Elitechrome or things like that. The more expired they are, the fainter it gets, because there's just no sensitivity left over on it. So you'll get very, very faint negatives or positives. So totally a crapshoot. And I did overexpose by I think one stop, because it was 200 that I used in the video, and I overexposed it by one stop by setting the ISO on the camera to 100, therefore telling the camera that it needs more light, so it overexposed by one stop. I was really impressed, delightfully surprised by the way the pictures came out. Elitechrome does tend to veer yellow-blue, so a lot of the fall color, those orange and red leaves that I was trying to accentuate, did not pop out, but it's kind of nice. It's a nice, it's such an overused term, but vintage retro look. It's cool. It's a cool look, and actually cool. It's a cool color palette, but it's anyway. So I just wanted to make a quick video about that. Really happy with the photos, the way they came out. It was a bright, sunny day. Really lucked out on that, and then I got the film developed really quickly. I did get a bunch of other film back. Obviously, we've already done the Minolta and that, so I'm probably gonna end up doing a video about the Yashica T4 here, because this thing, the photos that came out of this are all gorgeous. I cannot believe this thing. The only thing I don't like about it is the data back, and I don't know how to actually deal with that, so I might just have to live with it. And I kind of like the little time code. It's a little retro-y thing. Again, I'm just using that term willy-nilly, but all the things that were new and cool when I was a child are now super old and retro and coming back into fashion. So that's great. I love that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next one.